What is the dark side of K-pop? If you have been following some K-pop bands for a while, you may already know what is it. If you are new here, let me introduce you the bad part of being a K-pop idol or working in the K-pop industry. First, let's see what is the K-pop industry. Basically, if you want to become a singer in Korea, you have to audition for an entertainment. If you pass, then you become a trainee. After some months or years, you may debut in a group, but some trainees can never debut, no matter how many years they spent as a trainee. How does the training look like? Your agency control your whole life. They tell you what to eat. You are not allowed to drink, get a tattoo or drink alcohol. And this is just the easier part. If your boss thinks you are not pretty enough, they will force you to get plastic surgery or will force you to do very bad diets. A good example is Momo from Twice. When she was a trainee, she had to eat ice cubes for a week to lose weight. Otherwise, she couldn't debut. How does a trainee day look like? Do they have weekends or free days? The answer is no. Well, technically, they have one free day in every 2 weeks. Of course it can be different in every agencies, but this is the standard. They have dancing, singing, rapping and acting lessons even at night. Their day starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and ends around 2 a.m. Trainees cannot go home to see their families, and they can call them only when their lessons ended, which means they can call them at night or on their free days. What's more, trainees have to work out a lot. Some of them have to take language classes to be able to speak Korean, Japanese, or English, and others learn how to produce music. At the end of the month, their bosses and producers gather and trainees have to show what they learned in the last 1 month. Some of them get eliminated at the end of the month because their teachers and boss think they are not good enough. And that's what they do for years, some of them for a decade. If someone is finally good enough, then they are up to debut. The agency picks some girl trainees or boy trainees who will form the new group. After that, they have a lot of photo shootings and they start to work on their debut album or song. After some months, they finally debut. That's what they all wanted, and that's why they worked a lot. We would think that after debut, their life is a dream. They become famous, they earn money and have a lot of fans. But that's not the whole picture. In the background, what we don't see, they have a really tough life. Let's see why. First, being controlled all the time. Even though a lot of K-pop idols are already 18 years old, they can't decide what to do or say. Their managers and agency control literally everything. K-pop band members live together in a dorm, but the dorm is full of with cameras. Their managers and staff members watch them every day and every minute, even when the members are at their dorm. Second, Korean beauty standard and diets. Idols are on diets almost all the time because their managers tell them what to eat and when. Sometimes they lose a lot of weight and then they become sick. To fit into the Korean beauty standard, you have to be as skinny as possible. If your agency thinks that one of your features is not perfect, they will make you to get plastic surgery. Maybe you think, why aren't they say no if they don't want to get plastic surgery? The answer is that they can't say no because this is in their contract. When they sign to the agency, they have to sign that they will get plastic surgery if their boss tell them to. You may know Jessie, the Korean rapper. She got plastic surgery some years ago. She said that her agency suggested to get plastic surgery. She wasn't too photogenic, so the agency said she would look less fierce if she got her eyes done, but actually she looked more fierce after the double eyelid surgery. Third, no dating, no tattoo, no alcohol. No matter how old is the artist, they are not allowed to date, nor to drink alcohol or to get a tattoo. Have you heard about Hyuna and Dawn? Hyuna was an artist at Cube Entertainment as well as Dawn. They were band members, but they fell in love with each other. They were not allowed to date, so they should have broken up. But the artists wanted to stay together, so they were kicked out of Cube Entertainment and their contracts ended. Then they signed to P Nation because P Nation's boss, Psy, lets his artists to date. Hyuna and Dawn are still together and have a successful career at P Nation. I have to mention that this dating rule is 3 years long, so 3 years after debut, the idols can date. But they can get a tattoo only if their managers let them. Fourth, stress. Let me talk a little bit about the trainee time again. Imagine how stressful it is to be unsure if you can ever debut or you will be kicked out after 10 years. You may spend your teenage years to train, and then they don't let you to debut. All of the idols have felt it in their trainee years. But after the debut, they can't stop being stressful. For example, If they have a bad day or they are sad, they cannot show it to the fans. They have to smile even if they want to cry. Idols always have to show a perfect image of themselves. No matter how hard their life is, they have to lie and say that everything is fine and perfect. They have a lot of scheduled projects and performances and they just cannot rest a bit when they need it. They have to do their schedule no matter what. What's more, people will create fake news about them and sazangs will follow them on the street and will take pictures of them. Maybe they have a free day and they go on a shopping spree, and then there are crazy fans and people who don't let the artist to normally live their life. Idols can never know when will a sazang find them. 5th. Protection of idols. I think it doesn't surprise you if I say that K-pop idols get a lot of hate literally for everything. They also get a lot of deadly threats. But some agencies don't care about these threats and don't even try to protect their artists. That's why a lot of idols have mental issues and depression. BTS's Jimin got thousands of hate messages some years ago, and he started to starve himself, but finally one of his members figured it out, so they saved him. Jimin is not the only one who did this. I would say, in my opinion, 80% of the idols do that at least once in their life, and that's the time when they really need their agency to help them. But sadly, as I said, some agencies don't care, and in some cases, some artists have killed themselves when they couldn't solve their problems on their own. I believe that these things will make us respect the K-pop idols even more. We can see how hard they worked and work every day for their dreams. I really hope that none of them will face deadly threats and that their entertainments will help them and save them if needed. I understand if someone doesn't like K-pop groups or K-pop songs, or if someone doesn't like the whole K-pop industry. That's fine. Because all of us have different taste in music. But I want to ask everyone to respect all the K-pop artists, because the effort and the hard work that they put into their works is unexampled, and all of them deserve to be highly respected even if you don't like their style or their music. Thank you so much.